going to be all about the beautiful Penhaligons. So that's the branding there. This wonderful perfume house is a niche house. It's also a British house, and I look forward to sharing with you my favorite perfumes. So in this box, I'm just going to show you a few of my fragrances that I have kept in the original packaging, because I just wanted you to have a look so you can see how beautiful the packaging is. So in this box we have, so I can only manage to fit 3 in this box, so I've kept these 3 and they're just so beautiful. I just wanted to share them with you. Penhaligons is such a beautiful, fine fragrance brand, and there's so many fragrances within this perfume house I absolutely love. Now these fragrances are a mixture of traditional scents. Some are very classic, some are very unusual, some are quite unique. There are a lot of fragrances within this perfume house that contains oud, oriental notes, spicy, woody notes, and they're really beautiful as well. I'm so excited to share this video with you because I have so many fragrances within this perfume house, and I really like their style. I love the whole feel of the store. I love what the brand represents. It's very classic, it's extremely British and English. It reminds you of home. It's just wonderful. I love this brand so much. It's very classy, elegant, very royal as well, I would say, the fragrances here. So it's a very prestigious perfume house. This is my Empressa, and it's presented in this beautiful box. Now the packaging alone, I mean, it's just so beautiful, and I love this effect here. It gives you that pearlesque look. It looks like pearls, it looks like marble. And you can see how beautiful the packaging is. It's lovely. So let's open this box, and there's my fragrance there. So this is my Empressa. Now Empressa is a fine fragrance. It's charming, it's elegant. This fragrance has a very classy and traditional type of scent. This fragrance is described as an oriental fragrance. It's quite fresh. You have citruses in here, and it's beautiful. With this fragrance, you get a lot of Chanel vibes from this fragrance. It smells like you're wearing Chanel. It's a beautiful fragrance, and if you're a Chanel lover, a Chanel fan, then you're going to love this fragrance. It's beautiful. If there's any of you that have this perfume in your collection, let me know and tell me if you agree with me or not, where because this fragrance, it reminds me so much of a Chanel perfume. And the notes in this, I'm going to just mention a few. I've got them all written down because I'm going to go through a lot, okay? So I've got them written down here for you. I'm going to mention at least 1 or 2. So in this fragrance, we have in the top notes, we've got the citruses, mandarin and orange. We've got rose in the heart, and then we have some vanilla, some sandalwood in the base. We have a bit of brown sugar as well. This fragrance, I have to say, to me, it's just very fresh and floral. I don't pick up the sandalwood or any of the woody tones. The vanilla, I can't detect so much. This is more of a fresh citrus fragrance, and it definitely reminds me of Chanel. It's a wonderful fragrance. Like I said, it's charming, it's elegant and classy. It's very fine, this perfume. So that's my Empressa here, and this is a EDT. So the next fragrance is my favorite. It's one of my favorites. This perfume is sweet, it's delicate, it's quite unique as well. It's a daytime fragrance, and this fragrance is reminiscent of an afternoon tea party. And I love it for that reason, of course, but the notes in here, I can smell the tea notes in here. We have some black tea, we have some orange in this fragrance, we have brown sugar, and we have chantilly cream. And you can smell all of those elements, all of those notes in this perfume. It's light and airy, and just smelling it now smells like a tea party. And I don't know how they do this, and for me this is like very important, okay? And this just smells like how my living room would smell, or how the kitchen would smell after preparing tea. And you do get there's a freshness in this fragrance, and it smells like when you add the hot water on the actual tea leaves and they open up, and the steam that comes off those leaves, it smells like that, mixed with some cream, some whipped cream, and sugar, brown sugar. It's a beautiful perfume. It's very playful, girly, and I just love the design. I love, you know, the label here. I just think it's so pretty with the pink, it's like a dusky rose bow. Now my second love, and you guys, you're not going to believe when I tell you, but this perfume is one of my favorites by Penhaligons. And I think when I first started buying into this brand and discovering all of their fragrances, I tried Malaba, I tried Equinox Bloom, and this fragrance, I just fell in love with the brand. And if I just open up for you, that's the perfume inside there. So this, oh gosh, just look at this, it's beautiful. So that's my Malaba. So that's the lovely perfume here. Now this fragrance, oh, it's just gorgeous, okay? This fragrance is beautiful. This is a oriental perfume, and this fragrance, I don't know if you can tell by the actual design of the box, but have a close look at the box. This fragrance is inspired by Indian culture, and you can sort of tell by the design and the embroidery. It does give you that Indian look about the culture, and this fragrance is based on just that. Of course, I love it. It's another tea fragrance, but with that being said, there is something amazing about this fragrance, and I'll tell you why it's amazing. I mean, you guys know by now I'm a tea lover, I'm a perfume lover, and then I love culture as well, so it's like everything in one here. But this perfume smells like Caribbean tea also. So for that reason, it's like I like it for so many different reasons. When you smell this fragrance, it's just, it reminds me of home, it reminds me of Christmas, it reminds me of early mornings, it reminds me of waking up you know, in the islands, and you know, the sun is rising, and already either your grandmother or your mother is making a pot of tea, and the way in which they make the tea, it's freshly picked from your garden. And if it's not freshly picked from the garden, it's from your next door neighbour's garden, because they're very generous and they will give you some tea. And this just smells so much like it. It has some citruses in here, very fresh. This tea is based on Earl Grey, so it's a black tea with some bergamot. And it has, oh, it's so beautiful. I absolutely love it. So I've got the notes written down, and like I said, I'm scared this video is going to be way too long. So I'm going to try my best to keep it as short as possible. So this has some lemon, it has cilantro, we've got ginger, nutmeg, cardamom, there's some rose in here, and then we have some amber and sandalwood. This fragrance is extremely aromatic, it's bright, it's fresh, it's quite soothing. And in here you do detect the spices, you can smell the spices in here. I do get some ginger in here, I get the nutmeg for sure, there's some rose in here, some florals that I can't really pick up. I get more of the spices, but for me this smells like traditional Caribbean tea. Some cardamom, ginger, amber, sandalwood as well, so it's absolutely gorgeous. So that's my Malaba. So the next fragrance I have for you is my Elisabethan Rose. So it's presented in this box, and this is a eau de parfum. And this fragrance, I adore this perfume. I love the packaging, I love the actual bottle itself, it's so cute. So this is my 30ml bottle, and as you all know, I love rose fragrances. I do love rose, and this to me is more of a traditional rose. I find this to be quite fresh and green, but there is some sweetness. It's like the sweetness from the petals in this fragrance. It's a lovely, refreshing fragrance to wear in the spring or summer, and I love it. It's just so pretty. It's quite traditional, this fragrance, and I bought a 30ml bottle because I actually wanted something to put in my handbag, something I can travel around with me. This would actually be more of my daytime scent, so this size is perfect for me. And it's just so fresh and bright. It's a lovely fragrance. I have to say, it's very dainty and elegant, very classy fragrance. To me, this is very traditional. If you are a fan of rose fragrances on the more green, fresh side, then this one is ideal for you. So that's my rose. And just take a look at the bottle. Isn't it so beautiful? And I just love like the collar that it has here. It's like so traditional of you know, British culture, and it's just really pretty. It's just so nice. I love it. So that's my Elisabethan Rose. Perfect daytime scents, beautiful. So my next fragrance I have here is my PENHALIGON'S Loaf Hair. This is a fragrance you would have seen me mention a lot, especially if you're watching my playlist. I have actually made a playlist of all the fragrances that I'm linking to autumn. It's called my autumn series. The reason why I've done that is because I love the fragrances or the fragrance notes that you can wear in the autumn, winter, in the cooler months. And I want to put like a whole collection of videos specifically in that playlist, because I have so many perfumes to share with you under those titles. So make sure you check out that playlist. I'll link it at the end for you all as well. So that's my Loaf Hair. Loaf Hair is a fresh fragrance. This perfume, I would recommend it for I don't know, it could be a daytime scent, but for me this is more of an evening scent. It's fresh. You've got fig in here, you've got fig leaves, you've got fig milk, you've got ambergris. It's beautiful. To me this is more of a masculine cologne fragrance, but it is unisex and I do like it, but to me this is a bit more on the masculine side. But I think this is perfect for the evenings, and depending on how it wears on your skin, it might smell a bit sweeter, but I find this to be quite fresh. We've got vanilla in here, we've got some musks as well as the woody notes in here, and the fig milk. It's beautiful. That's my Loaf Hair. The next fragrance I have for you is PENHALIGON'S Artemisia, presented in this lovely peachy and gold color box. Again, it's just a beautiful packaging. I do love their packaging, and it's quite unique, and it just suits the brand. It just makes sense. It's just lovely. So that's my Artemisia, and I absolutely love the packaging. I love it so much. Now this one I have here is the Eau de Parfum, and as you can see I've worn a bit in here. Most of my fragrances, it looks like I'm not wearing them, but if you can see I have been wearing them. I do wear them. Oh, this gorgeous perfume, it's so lovely. It's just, there's something about this fragrance. There's a smoothness to it. It is sweet, it's delicate, it's quite light, a little bit unique, I think, slightly unique, but you know, it's just a lovely fragrance. I find it smells free and wispy. It's quite girly as well, quite playful. So that's my Artemisia, and a few of the notes in this fragrance I will mention here. We've got some nectarine, we have violet, vanilla, jasmine, we have some tea in this fragrance also, we have some sandalwood and musk in here. And like I said, it's like a light smell. It's quite delicate and fresh and sweet. It's a clean smell when I say fresh, not citrus or green, just clean. It's lovely, like a little bit soapy, but a little bit. But Artemisia is a beautiful fragrance. That's like one of my favorites, and I think I have one more favorite, like my main favorites, my go-to from this brand I'm going to show you. So the next fragrance I have for you is this beautiful fragrance, and it's called Luna. If I put it here, you can see the color of the juice inside, and it's actually like a violet color, very light lilac color. And this is an EDT, and again, stunning beauty. You've got a label here that is textured and it's just beautiful. Now when you look at this fragrance, because of the color, it's misleading. You would think this fragrance would contain some blueberry or some violet, but this is actually a citrus perfume, and that's what I love about it. It's actually like deceiving, and I just love that. So when you smell it, you're quite shocked. It's like, oh, it's, you know, it's quite citrus, and it's a lovely fresh spring scent. This is something I would wear, you know, when the seasons are changing into spring. It's quite airy, it's reminiscent of like a new day. It smells like, you know, you're in the park, you're in a garden. It just smells fresh and green, and with the citrus notes as well, it's beautiful. In the heart of this fragrance, we have some rose, jasmine, we have some musk in this fragrance as well. And like I said, this fragrance is very fresh and it's quite delicate as well. I find this fragrance to be very graceful. It's just such like classy and graceful. It's a lovely fragrance. That's my Luna. And the next fragrance I have within my Penhaligons collection is this fragrance here. This perfume is called Vaara, and this fragrance is a aromatic, fresh, quite unique type of scent. And it's lovely. If you like aromatics, if you like spices, then this is ideal for you. I'll tell you the notes, a few of the notes in here. So this fragrance is infused with rose water, saffron, we have some spices in there. We have some coriander seeds in here. We have carrot seeds, magnolia, sandalwood, tonka bean, and honey. Now, that's just a few of the notes in here. It's quite, again, quite complex. But for me, in this fragrance, when I spray it, I get the freshness, I get the carrot seeds, I get coriander, I get rose water as well. This has a very light saffron note. I call this my saffron water. Sometimes I just want something that's a bit fresh and spicy, but it's not a heavy spice. It's not the saffron that's very deep, and I would describe it like as a woody tone, because sometimes when saffron is blended into fragrances, it could add like a deep scent, but this one is very light, fresh, aromatic, and it's quite unique and spicy. We've got rose water in here as well, and then we have some honey and tonka bean. The tonka bean isn't very strong in this fragrance, but you do get the honey, saffron, and the spices. So that's my Vaara. So the next fragrance I have is an oriental floral. It's quite sweet, and it's called Cornubia. Again, I love the attention to detail. I love how the gold and the indigo band, the indigo ribbon, just complement each other well. This whole collection looks so stunning in your bathroom or on your dressing table. It's really pretty. This fragrance has a very smooth, decadent sweetness about it. It is creamy. We've got some vanilla in here. It's one of those like sensual scents, preferably to be worn in the winter time, in the evenings. It's one of those cozy scents. Yeah, oh, it's beautiful. It's very smooth. It's like you can smell the texture in this fragrance. It's just beautiful. We've got amber, heliotrope, vanilla, and we've got some citruses, some orange blossom as well. And this is a lovely smooth fragrance. So if you like sort of like deep, creamy vanillas, then this is ideal for you. The next fragrance I have is a floral woody scent. This is Iris Prima. It is very bold, but it's a very powerful fragrance. Whenever I spray this, it's going to last on your skin for about 6 to 8 hours. It leaves a mark, an impression on your skin. It's not coming off for that period of time. It's very strong. I find this fragrance, it does change a little bit. Like it warms up on the skin quite nicely. So in the opening, you do get the different levels. You can smell the top note, the base note in here. It's just gorgeous. It does change throughout the day, and it's very powerful. It's a very powerful scent. So the notes in this fragrance, we have some bergamot, jasmine, we have leather, sandalwood and vanilla. There's also some vetiver in here as well. But this is just a lovely fragrance. It's like, think of evenings out and you're going somewhere quite sophisticated. You might be going to a black tie event, a charity event. This is a sort of fragrance I would link to those outings. And again, I mean, I love the touch of leather here, and the detailing is so beautiful. If you like iris, then this is loaded with iris. A very powerful, long-lasting iris in this fragrance. And lastly, the next perfume I have for you is called Ellenisia. It's this lovely fragrance here. It's gorgeous. Now this perfume is floral, it's quite fresh, very green. It smells quite traditional, a little bit more on the vintage side, I would say. But it smells gorgeous. It's a lovely fragrance. This is a fragrance that contains jasmine, tuberose. It's very green. We have some violet, mandarin, we have some plum, we have a bit of vanilla in the base. But for me, this fragrance is extremely green. I can definitely smell like the violet leaf, gardenia and rose. This is more of like a powerful gardenia fragrance, and I don't get any vanilla in there, but more in the heart note you've got the tuberose, and it's very green, very fresh. My Ellenisia, it's a bit more on the traditional side. It's almost, again, you know, a bit like not vintage, but yeah, a little bit on the vintage side. So that's my Ellenisia. This is a perfect daytime scent. I would wear this in the days, especially in the spring. Like when you're running errands, or if you're you know, enjoying a picnic or something like that. It's quite fresh, it puts you like in a good mood, and it's very light and clean, very green. So that's my Ellenisia. I have some extras to complement one of my fragrances. So that's my Empressa, the perfume, and then this is the hair mist to match the fragrance as well. So I'll quickly show you that. So in terms of gifting, you know, they have lots of items and products to complement and extend the whole gifting experience. That adds a really nice touch. So that's my EDT, and then this is my hair mist and a body mist as well. So those two go together. And again, like I said, this is just Chanel to me. It gives me Chanel vibes. It's very classy, and it's just an elegant perfume to wear. I love this. That's like one of my favorites. I love that. As you guys know, the fragrance that really started my collection would be Equinox Bloom. I love it so much that I went out and I bought another one, because the thought of this ever being discontinued would break my heart. And I really love this fragrance. It's tea, it's class, it's sweet, it's fun, it's unique. And I really love it. I love how pretty the bottles are. I just love that color. I love everything about it, so I had to like stock up on those. And then I have a love for Malaba, and this perfume I bought a travel size one, so I just love this. This is like one of my go-to summer fragrances. This is something I wear during a heat wave. This is something I wear because it has that fresh tea scent. It's got the lemon, the citruses in there, it's got the spice, it's got cardamom, ginger, nutmeg. It's just gorgeous. And I just love to wear this during like the hotter months. And so that's my doubles in those. So this is my 100ml here, that's my 50ml, and then this is my 30ml bottles there. So you can see the sizes. So that's just a comparison, just so you have an idea of the sizes, if that's helpful. This was a requested video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know down below in the comment section, and let me know if you have any of these fragrances. Have you heard of Penhaligons? And if you have, what is your favorite? What do you have in your collection? If you don't have anything, what will you be adding to your collection? I would love to know. So my darlings, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.